You know what's funny? Most of us obsess over salaries, but nobody talks about the number that actually matters.
Net worth. It's the silent scorecard that reveals who's actually winning the money game.
But here's the psychological trap. We compare income, not wealth, and that's exactly why most people stay broke. Let me show you what the average person actually has at every age, and why these numbers reveal our deepest money mistakes. First, let's kill a myth. Net worth isn't how much you earn, it's what you own minus what you owe.
The average American household has a net worth of $748,000. Sounds impressive, right?
The median, the real middle class number, 121,000. Much more human.
Now, here's where the psychology gets dark. Under 35, the median is $13,900.
Student loans, starter salaries, renting instead of owning. The trap is set before you even realize you're in it.
Homeowners have a median net worth of $255,000. Renters, $6,300.
That's not a typo. The wealth gap between owning and renting is 40 times. 40.
By age 35 to 44, the median climbs to $91,000. Progress, but barely. Most people hit this decade with a mortgage, kids, and zero retirement savings. The math isn't mathing. Here's the trap nobody mentions. Lifestyle inflation. You earn more, so you spend more. Net worth? Flatlined.
45 to 54, 168,000.
Finally, some movement. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people this age still don't understand compound interest. They're buying luxury cars and upgrading homes instead of feeding their investments. The silent wealth killer. Age 55 to 64 sees $212,000. Panic mode starts kicking in. This is when people realize, wait, I'm supposed to retire in 10 years. How? Income plateaus, energy drops, and the investment accounts that should have been growing for 30 years? Empty. 65 to 74? $266,000. A tiny bump, but growth is over. Most people at this stage are withdrawing, not building. The snowball starts melting. Healthcare costs eat savings. Fixed income replaces paychecks. The trap tightens. After 75, net worth drops to $254,000. First time it actually decreases. Is that bad? Not necessarily. You're supposed to spend your money. But what if you run out? The silent terror of outliving your savings. Nobody talks about it, but everyone fears it.
Now, here's what these numbers really reveal. Net worth is a scorecard, not a solution.
You could have $10 million in assets, but still need a paycheck if nothing generates passive income.
Meanwhile, someone with $200,000 in dividend stocks might never work again. It's not the size, it's the structure. The real metric? Annual passive income versus annual expenses. That's the freedom formula. But our brains aren't wired to think this way. We chase the bigger house, the nicer car, the lifestyle. We're programmed by advertising, social media, and our own egos to consume, not accumulate. Every dollar spent on impressing others is a dollar that can't work for your future self. The comparison trap is real. Your neighbor's new car becomes your financial poison. We see their assets, never their debts. The illusion of wealth is more contagious than wealth itself. Here's the uncomfortable question. Are you building wealth or just looking wealthy? Most people spend their 20s buying things they don't need with money they don't have to impress people they don't like. Then they spend their 30s paying for it and their 40s regretting it.
By their 50s, panic sets in. And by their 60s, they're hoping Social Security is enough.
The system isn't designed to make you wealthy. It's designed to keep you working. Your employer needs you to need your paycheck. Lenders need you to need their loans. The entire economy is built on consumption, not accumulation. You're the product. Breaking free requires doing the opposite of what everyone else does. That's why it's rare. The data doesn't lie. Average net worth by age reveals decades of financial decisions, good and bad.
But knowing the numbers isn't enough. You need to understand the psychology behind them.
Why do we choose instant gratification over compound interest? Because our brains evolved for survival, not wealth.
We're wired to value the certain small reward today over the uncertain large reward tomorrow. That's the trap. Our biology betrays our bank account every single day.
So, what do you do with this information? First, calculate your actual net worth. Face the number.
Then ask yourself, is this number growing because of assets that work for me, or just because I haven't spent everything yet?